What could you do with a metal 3D printer? Introducing the Metal X, the easiest way for you to go from design to real metal part. Tools and fixtures, prototypes and end-use parts can all be printed safer and more affordably than ever before, and it's already changing the way things are made. Whether it's stainless steel or tool steel, the Metal X system has you covered. So what are you waiting for? Join the additive manufacturing revolution today.
So with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I'll get a post-workout glow like that guy.
Everybody knows that you need to glow.
And I get a free Amazon Halo to track my fitness and sleep.
Get the PF Black Card for zero enrollment, $24.99 a month, and get a free Amazon Halo View. Ends November 15th.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another week of American Racing League. We are currently on round 5 of the Championship Series in Spain. If you joined us last week, we were in Austria and we did have some technical difficulties, as it seems to be happening every single week. But anyway, just a quick recap on that race. So the winner was Diegsurf, who sailed away in first place and was able to get closer to the top of the championship. But right behind him in second place was Chico, followed by a wonderful drive. Hold on. Do I have this right? In third place by Graz. And it was a really exciting race. Unfortunately, as I had said, we had some technical difficulties, so I was only able to stream about qualifying in the first few laps. I broadcasted the entire thing, but here we are anyway. We are in Spain, also known as Circuit de Barcelona, I believe. So we have 12 drivers today on grid joining us for round 5 of the American Racing League Championship. And we'll definitely see what happens, as looks like the Red Bull is coming out first of Chico, and who's up ahead of him? So you know what? Let me get myself situated here. Get some. That cannot be right. He did not go out on the inters. Alright, so kind of funny, but it looks like Chico, for whatever reason, put on a pair of intermediates. So clearly he's going to be going right back into the pits to fix that, because it is not raining. As much as he may be predicting some rain here today, I can tell you it's not raining. So anyway, our lead car out on track right now is going to be Sealy Harvey on his outlap. So Sealy Harvey is currently sitting in 7th place of the championship with 20 points, sitting right behind What Noise in P6 at 24 points. So who is he here today? What Noise is not here today. So if Sealy Harvey is able to put any points up on the board today, he will be moving up clear past What Noise, and right behind him in P8 of the championship is Evo with 18 points. So the midfield right now in the championship is very close, everybody within about a few points of each other. But up ahead in P1 right now of the championship is AJ Jackson with 77 points, currently driving for the Aston Martin. And in second position of the championship is Diego Surf with 65 points in the Alfa Romeo, who has back-to-back wins. He took first place in Imola and won again last week in Austria. So he is definitely starting to climb up the order here and is going to be competing surely for that top spot in the championship. We are getting close to the halfway point of our championship. Next week will be round 6, and then we'll be heading into our bye week. And so a little difference with Spain compared to last year's game, even though in real life they did change the layout. The game did not carry forward the changes. But as you can see down by turn 10, instead of having that deep braking left hairpin, they made it more of a just, I guess, like a nice easy left turn. As Sealy Harvey sets the benchmark of 1:17.7, but I am sure that is going to get beat shortly, as Wrath is going across the, well, that is not Wrath, as Chico? No, Maverick. As Maverick goes across with a 1:19.9, he's going to have to do a little bit of a more representative lap if he is looking to be competitive. But we're riding on board with Wrath right now, which Wrath sitting in P10 of the championship with only 9 points, representing the Alpine with his teammate Maverick. Wrath is able to put up a 1:19.3, which again is not the fastest of times. Kaler putting in a 1:18.5 roughly. So as our times start to come in, we are still waiting on the lap time of our championship leader, AJ Jackson, as he comes through Sector 1 now as we ride on board with him. I have to say, like, the Aston Martin has one of the best liveries, I think, of the cars on the grid today. It's just something about that green and like bright yellow that is just really nice on the Aston Martin. Definitely one of the nicer cars. Now what's going to be interesting to see is if Lance Stroll actually opts to keep the team, because from what they're saying, he's looking for a buyer, and I'm not surprised whatsoever. he's put a lot of money into the team and really hasn't been able to make much out of it. You know, he bought Aston Martin, and he definitely wants to expand his brand there. He is a businessman and definitely looking to make money, so they haven't been doing well. It'll be interesting to see what he does do with that team. SAJ comes across the start-finish line at 1:18.5, which is unfortunately a bit off the pace. And Diego Surf is just sitting in the pits as Evo comes across right now. Appears to be, yeah, he's just completed his flying lap. Doesn't really have enough in the tank to go around again. But we'll ride on board with Chico as he looks to set his first flying lap of the afternoon. Chico's had a wonderful season so far, currently sitting in third place at the championship as he goes around. In Austria and Imola, he was able to finish in P2, which he is currently sitting at 39 points in the championship. So who is flying right now? Is anybody flying? Let's see what Calculus is doing here. So Calculus is definitely on his flying lap as he crosses the 1:18.4, which is good enough for fourth place, but not good enough for much else. As I'm sure AJ's recharging. He's gone back in the pits. And apologies for the coughing. I am still recovering from being sick a few weeks ago. And alright, so Evo did try to push there. Didn't really get to improve much on his time. He is still a second off of pole, which is currently being held by Sealy Harvey. And I'm sorry for doubting you at first, because I was thinking a 1:17.7 for whatever reason was going to get beat. But so far, most everyone has come across and set a time, and you still reign supreme at the top of the totem. And Chico with a 1:35.5. Obviously, he was not setting a flying lap there. But, yeah, so I'm sure he will be improving here on this lap. Yep, alright. So, as I do every week, I do check to make sure my voice is coming through the stream. I don't want to let you guys down, as I have done the last several weeks. Man, I tell you, being sick is no fun. It kind of messes everything up. You know, you want to be a broadcaster, you want to commentate on behalf of your wonderful league here. And, you know, it makes it hard to talk. So coming through Sector 2, 15 seconds off his best time, but that's going to still put him roughly about 2 seconds over pole. So he is going to have to pick it up quite a bit here into Sector 3 if he does want to get on pole position. Unless I misunderstood the delta time, but it does look like he has a little bit more hustle to do if he wants to get up in the top positions. As he crosses with a 1:17.6, as a matter of fact, so he did make up that time in Sector 3 and now is sitting on provisional pole. As Sealy Harvey comes back at him with a 1:17.2, 4/10 quicker than Chico's time, which is 5/10 quicker than his last personal best. I'm sure Chico is not happy to see Sealy Harvey having set that time, but there are 8 minutes left in this round. So what that means is we definitely have a chance to have a change of guard as Diego Surf comes across the 1:20.076, which yeah, he must have made a mistake in one of the sectors to get a time like that. Again, Diego Surf is sitting in P2 of the championship, so he definitely has a lot more pace in him to climb up. But so I'd imagine he's going to be coming back into the pits. His Wrath sets a 1:19.3, which is only good enough to stay right where he was at in P9. Now, who has not set a time yet? So Wavy hasn't come out of the pits. The egg surf is definitely coming around. He is not setting a flying lap. And Slick Rick is sitting in the pits. So right now I believe pretty much everybody who is out on track as Chase works his way around smashes into the wall. He's definitely need to go back into the pits and repair unless he has any damage to his body, which essentially means he is going to be out of qualifying. So the egg surf comes across. He does want to set time, and he set out the mediums, which I guess he is going to save his softs for the race. He's still good enough for a P5. Apologies, guys. I will remember to mute my mic when I do cough. And it looks like there's a bit of shake and bake going on right now with Tuck Neverlasting and Evo setting himself up for that toe. Yep, that's exactly what's going on here. So Tuck is giving his teammate a toe. I'm not sure how much that's going to help in Spain, but you know what? Every little bit helps. As we run down to turn 1, riding on board with Evo. Yeah, you're gonna have to pick it up now. You kind of made a little bit of a mistake in that very first turn. You're a second and a half off of pole position with a 1:18.7. So, and you're 1/10 slower than your fastest time so far. And I don't know if this is helping you or hindering you. As AJ Jackson cracks pole position with a 1:16.5. I was not expecting that whatsoever. I guess I should have rode on board with him, but I did not. So we'll go back on board with Evo and see what he can do. He is still 1/10 down on his... 1/10 up. 1/10 down. Yeah, whatever. He's 1/10 slower than his fastest lap so far, which makes me think unless he can pull something miraculous in this last sector, he's probably going to stay right where he's at in P9, right behind Kaler. He's looking around the final bend towards the start-finish line, and we are good for a 1:18.3, which is good enough to promote him into P6, right next to his teammate Tuck Neverlasting in P5. So Kaler is on his end lap. We'll take a look at Wavy, as he's currently on his out lap. He will be the next one to go around the carousel here. A 1:16.5. I don't know where he got that from. He must have hooked up some jetpacks to his rear, because that was fast. That was very fast. Crazy fast. So as Wavy starts his flying lap now, what is going on over in Sector 3 there? Did AJ run out of fuel? Well, I do not know, but it does not matter because we are paying attention to Wavy right now. Looking to set his first flying lap of qualifying. Finish Sector 1 with a 22.13. He goes wide, gets loose, but he could still set a time. He should still complete this lap. Did I remove? Yeah, I don't even know. The Slick Rick is still yet to set a time. He's still yet to come out of the pits. Is he even at his computer? We'll find out right now. Let's see if there's anything in the chat. So Wavy's game kept crashing apparently. $113, $114, $115. As he comes across for a time of 1:18.9, which puts him into P10. Which pushes the Alpines down into 11th and 12th. Which I can't say this is the easiest track to set a time on. It's very off-camber, from what I have been told. I actually learned what off-camber even meant today in the Discord. Red Potato, who is our prior season champion, informed me that red potato is basically the opposite of banking. And there's a lot of that in Spain, which makes it very difficult to drive. This Maverick stays in P12, 3.5 seconds off of P1. There's a little bit of movement up ahead as Calculus looks to have cracked into P6 for the Alpha Tauri, as Kaler seems to have come around and is starting his flying lap, as Jaegsurf is looking to complete his lap as he comes across with a 1:17.5, which is good enough for P3. So right now it looks like AJ Jackson is going to have those Alfa Romeos right on his tail for the start of the race, running down to turn 1, which I am sure he is wishing he had a teammate right now. We did start the season strong with 20 drivers, but over the last few weeks we had quite a bit of attrition. People just overall leaving the league for personal reasons. But we will be looking to fill those positions as quickly as we possibly can. Calculus has spun as soon as I went to him. So Cecilia Harvey is getting ready to go on a flying lap as he does not have his ERS on. So he is saving all that battery to fly in a second. Unless I have a glitch, I think my game might just be glitched. There we go. There's this Celia Harvey's last shot here to take pole position away from AJ Jackson and start in the first position for the race. And he is 3/10 down on, I'm sorry, 3/100ths down on his best sector time as he comes through turns 7 and 8. Around the long corner of 9. Sets, so he's 3/10 up now on his best lap. Not 3/10 up on the session's best sector time, from what I understand. As he comes around the final corner, 100% on the throttle, and he spins out at the very last corner, which has all but concluded. AJ Jackson is our pole sitter for the Round 5 Spanish Grand Prix for American Racing League. And that is your race order. AJ Jackson takes pole position. Right beside him is Celia Harvey in P2, followed behind by Jaegsurf and Chase Ace, Chico, Tuck Neverlasting, Kaler, Calculus, Evo, Wrath, Wavy, Maverick, and Slick Rick. So it looks like Slick Rick was able to get out there on track and set a time. Unfortunately, it was not significant enough to move him up the timing order here. So now, we just gotta wait for Wrath to go into the pit box so the game can move on to the race. And as I always promise you guys, we could jump into some dad jokes. Rest in peace, boiling water. You shall be missed. Did you know that the capital of Ireland is the fastest growing city in Europe? It's Dublin every year. I'm reading a book about the history of glue. I can't seem to put it down. People are making apocalypse jokes like there's no tomorrow. A red and blue ship have collided in the Caribbean Sea. Apparently the survivors are marooned. A steak pun is a rare medium. Well done. And I think that's enough of that as we load into the race now. As we see, our cars are lined up on the grid to start the formation lap here. As you have all the marshals sitting on the side, looking very bored, seem to be, I don't know, contemplating their life decisions. Why should I have volunteered for this Spanish Grand Prix today? I could be home watching TV, playing video games, but here I am in this orange jumpsuit, just waiting to have to run out of track and pick up a piece of carbon fiber. So this weekend in Formula One, we will be going to Brazil, which is the second to last round of the 2022 Formula One season. Max Verstappen, I think, is currently on 14 wins, which is the most amount of wins in a Formula One season. And he's looking to extend that this weekend in Brazil, looking to get win number 15, which I wouldn't be surprised if he wins. Everything everything indicates that Max Verstappen is going to win this weekend. It's the way things have gone. He won by what, 17 seconds last week in Mexico. So it's going to be quite a feat for somebody to get ahead of Max Verstappen in the real Formula One. But what's going to be even more of a feat is Seeley Harvey and Diegsurf being able to jump AJ Jackson at the start and get ahead into turn one. Was really hoping that his teammate was going to stick around in the championship, but, you know, I mean, this is just a game, and people have lives. And that is my wife telling me to make sure to check my broadcast every 15 minutes. Thank you, love. So, some people are texting in chat here. Cuthbert is calculus. So it's got to play name your price for pull time. My vote is 116.8. Very close, but that was crushed by AJ with a 116.5. And then you have Wavy says, I'm just barely getting podium in 96. AJ says, I'm going to DSQ myself. Last the first challenge and get some overtakes for the stream. Never mind, I'm not. And then Wavy says, if the pit crew didn't take 10 years to get us out, I would have made it. Very true, very true. So we are lining up here on the, why does it always reset that? So L, that track map is on. Calculus decided to go to the bathroom and get himself disqualified. But here we are. Can we get a good, no. So 5 red lights and we are racing a round 5 American Racing League Championship at Brazil, at Spain, as we head down to turn 1. This camera is just something else. As everyone goes side by side, keeps it really clean going through turn 1 here. Turn 2. Diegsurf goes a little wide. Evo is able to get that overtake on the stream just like he promised us. And how many positions was that? 4 positions! AJ, I mean, Evo, you are something else, man. Wow. As Chico seems to have gotten swallowed up and is now all the way back into P9. As him and his teammate are side by side going through turns 7 and 8 there. Evo is 8/10ths back, and it looks like Calculus. What happened to Calculus? Let's take a look back there. Just seemed to have fallen down the order a little bit. Everyone seems to have kept their wings nice and clean. Nobody gonna have to pit, hopefully. All right. As AJ sets the benchmark of a 125.6, as we know, that will definitely be getting crushed here, as people are already starting to go side by side into turn 1. Maverick takes a little look on the inside of Wavy, thinking for an overtake. And the predicted pit stop strategy is mediums to hards, which I do agree with, considering this is Spain. As AJ Jackson's already set a 1.5 second gap on second place, which is going to be significant because he is already out of DRS. Range. Look right behind Wavy here with Maverick staying close on his tail, as it looks like there might be a battle back there for P10 as we ride on board. Calculus taking a little look, but he is not close enough. As we come around turn 12 now, heading towards the chicane from hell that nobody ever likes, as it gets really close on the bumper of Wavy. Of Maverick. Now this is lap 3. DRS is enabled, so we are going to start to see some overtakes. As Calculus makes a look to the inside, side by side down to turn 1. Side by side through turn 1. He is not able to get it done. Maverick is able to defend like a lion, keeping Calculus right behind him. It looks like there might be some action up there in P3, which we will take a look slightly in a second, as Maverick takes another peek on the inside, but it's just not close enough. As we come around the turn here, goes again, tries to take another stab at it, sticks right behind him, stays right close through his turn 7 and 8. Here we go, heading down to turn 9. And Calculus will get the DRS and will go to make the overtake here. Will Maverick be able to defend as he goes and takes the outside line? And there is contact. Calculus is around, unfortunately, so he will have to spin his car around and try that all over again. But luckily, he did not lose too much time. It looks like he still has his front wing, which is good. As we come over to Diego Surf, who is in P3 with the DRS, with the ERS, looking for an outside line on Evo going into turn 2, but isn't able to get it done. Diego Surf is going to keep it nice and clean here as we head down to turn 4. We have some overtakes going on in the back with Wavy making 2 positions. So that means we may have had a spinner. Yes, we did. It looks like Wrath has spun, which may have caused a little bit of chaos, as cars may have looked to avoid the spinning car of Wrath, who is now 6 seconds behind Calculus in P13. Now Evo is 3 seconds back as AJ Jackson spins and loses the lead for P1 and is now in P5. You got to watch those tire temperatures. They are going to get away from you. And now it is Evo in P1 leading the pack going into lap 5 now. AJ, your tires are cooked, my friend. Let them cool down and start making that climb back up, as it looks like Tuck Neverlasting was able to capitalize and get ahead. Diego Surf takes another peek on the outside, but is not able to get it done. 2/10 back on Evo. I am sure Surf is getting very, very hungry here to get past so he can start taking advantage of the fact that AJ has just spun it. Now AJ right behind Tuck Neverlasting. AJ is on the alternate strategy though. I do want to point out he did start on the hard tires, which means that at his pit stop he will be on the softer, faster, medium tires, which will definitely benefit him, because if we take a look at the tire strategy right now, the only other person based on the alternate strategy is Surf with the set of hard tires. Now, that's another good point, right? So, Surf being on the hard tires, being behind Evo on the softer mediums, when things switch around, it's going to be a battle between AJ and Surf, assuming AJ can get back up into the lead positions there. And he's only about 5 seconds back at this point, so it's very real opportunity. But AJ now has fallen back down to 7th place. I'm guessing his tires are really hot, because AJ is definitely, he's got the pace, right? And we missed that overtake. Apologies. Surf was able to overtake Evo into turn 1 and is now in the lead of the race, as we have something going on in Sector 3. As it looks like maybe the two Alpines perhaps had come together. That is unfortunate. This is a tough break for AJ. Was leading the race with a 3.5 second gap over Evo in P2. And now is effectively 6.5, 7 seconds behind Surf, who is starting to already pull a gap on Evo. And with 5 lap old hards, he is going to be going for quite a while on those tires, maybe into lap 18, 19, before he switches over for those mediums. So it's again Surf's race to win tonight, unless AJ Jackson can pull some magic here and get through the traffic and get himself back up to the lead positions. And he has set the fastest lap at a 1:20.4. And Chico now 2/10 behind Evo, wanting to get up into 2nd place and hunt down Surf for the lead. Chico has 2 back-to-back podiums in 2nd place, and he has yet to have a race win, and I am sure he is very interested in getting a win today. As we have a yellow flag in Sector 2, which it appears to be Surf has spun. Those hot tires have come back to bite him, and now the championship battle of AJ Jackson and Surf is right in front of us now, side by side. The two championship rivals here are now on the same tire, same lap, and within 1 position of each other, as both of them had a spin. So now we really get to see a battle between these two, which is really exciting. And now AJ Jackson has the DRS. Coming across Tuck Neverlasting down into turn 1 on the inside. He makes that look so easy with the DRS. Brakes very nice into turn 2. And Chico, let's not forget about him for a second here. But Chico has now inherited the lead of this race here, with Evo right behind him on those medium tires. So this is wonderful for Chico and Evo right now. These two are really getting a chance to enjoy running with this race, as we do seem to have a yellow flag in Sector 1 of Slick Rick. May have lost it quite a bit. Unfortunately, the Alpines today did have bad luck on their side, so they are many seconds back. But it is still early enough in the race, only on lap 8. As we come through Sector 3, and we're going to be starting lap 9, anything is possible. So as Chico is leading the race, 9/10 over Evo. Evo in second place. Not going to get the DRS, unfortunately, it doesn't look like. So Chico is going to get a little bit of breathing room here, as Evo is not going to be able to get that DRS from the looks of it. But right behind him, Chase Ace did get the DRS and is able to hug up to the rear of Evo. Took a little peek, but he's too far back, honestly, to make any move. Come down into turn 4. Chase, Evo, and Chico being on those medium compound tires, 8 laps old. As Maverick unfortunately gets a 5-second penalty speeding in the pit lane, as he makes that early pit stop to switch onto what I can imagine will be hard compound tires, as he does put on the hard tires. But he will be 5-second penalty plus the like 13 seconds back to 11th place. So Chase was able to make that overtake on Evo back there in turn 10, but Evo will get the benefit of DRS here, so maybe he'll be able to come back at him. Let's see if he's able to pull off. Weaving, weaving, weaving outside down to turn 1. Very easy as Chase falls 2 positions, curiously enough. AJ and Evo must have had that DRS as they go side by side into turn 3. Very nice, very clean. As AJ just has a phenomenal amount of traction out of turn 3. As they keep their wings clean, coming down into turn 5 now. I believe turn 5, turn 6 area. Just doing it again. In a place you wouldn't expect someone to try to make an overtake, AJ is just like, you know what? I do not care. I want to get by you. I need to get up to Chico. What is it? Is it, what's the name of that rapper? Ludacris. He's saying, move, get out the way, get out the way. And that was my best rendition of that song because I do not feel like saying curse words on stream, just in case. ERS, 4/10 back on the hard tires, coming down to turn 1. Evo defends to the inside. And AJ looks to take the long way around. Turn 3, is he going to make it stick? Yes, he does. AJ is up into second place after having overtaken Evo. Sorry, I had to cough there. But Chico is 3/10 up. He is so happy right now, I am sure. But I am sure also he is not happy to see AJ behind him. 3/10 back. Congratulations. You are leading the race. Now, Chico has led the race in the past, so this is not his first rodeo. And I am sure he is hoping to hold on to it as long as he possibly can. But you know what? AJ is on those hard compound tires. They are slower. They are definitely slower. So it may not be, and you can see AJ now in the rear camera of Chico. Quite a far ways back as he's only getting on the start-finish straight right now. As Tuck Everlasting seems to have gotten a 3-second time penalty for track limit violations. Now we're getting a little bit of a DRS train up here, as AJ Jackson is pulling the train along. As Wavy was able to make an overtake into turn 1. Tuck Everlasting sticking close behind. A little loose there, lost a little bit of traction going through turn P4. We're right on board with Chase up ahead in P4, 5/10 back on Evo. Does got that DRS, but he may be just a little bit too far back to be able to do anything useful with it. Now, if this was the old track layout, that was a spot people have made overtakes. But with the change of the circuit, now it's very hard for anyone really to make an overtake in that spot, which eliminated the only two places you could typically overtake here, which would be all the way down to turn 1 and at the end of turn 10. But Chase has DRS, ERS, Evo is moving all over the track. That is a bit too much weaving. That, my friends, is what you should not be doing. That was a bit excessive. That very well could be against our safety code. So we may be seeing a report coming in for excessive movement on the straight. Potentially. As A.G. Jackson has been able to close the gap up ahead from 3.5 tenths back to 2.7 tenths. 2.7 seconds. We are getting close to our pit window here. With everyone on 12-lap old tires except Maverick, who's on 3-lap old hards. So Maverick can technically go to the end of the lap at a race. What I'd probably recommend is if there is a safety car or virtual safety car, Maverick to switch to a faster compound. But that is assuming it comes out several laps later. As we have Yager, Chase, and Evo all in a nice orderly line. As Tuck Neverlasting is looking to get that position back from Wavy. Was not able to do it into turn 1. So go back on board with the Egg Surf. With this trio, I think we may see some overtakes happening shortly once we get through Sector 2 to the back straight. And we will see what happens as we come around the turn 9. He's not able to do it. Oh, he does bump Evo, though. Evo gets a little loose. Will the Egg Surf be able to do anything about that? Nope. Turn 12, I believe that is. 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, 13. And Chase pulls the trigger. It's going in to put on those hard tires, which releases the Egg Surf. Now he can catch up to Evo. Now let us see what kind of time Chase is going to be able to put on this outlap here. As he comes out on those hard tires, it's going to be close. Will he be able to stay out ahead of the Egg Surf? Because the Egg Surf is having quite a fast lap here. But he will not have to pit for several more laps. So we will have to see once the Egg Surf pulls the trigger and goes into the pits whether or not Chase has been able to stay ahead. Seeley Harvey is in P6 currently on 14-lap old hards, looking to get ahead of Wavy. So on 14-lap old mediums. As we come through the final chicane here, Seeley Harvey, if he can keep it clean through the chicane, and Wavy is in. Chico is in. which means that AJ and Dieg Surf are now leading the race. As Chico comes out right behind Calculus, ahead of Evo, who is now on the hard tire, and Chase is, yes, Chase is right behind Evo, so it looks like the order hasn't shaken up all too much. So everybody who was on the medium tires other than Wrath and Calculus have pulled the trigger and made their pit stops. So now we are just waiting for the hard runners to get to the end of their stint and move on to the medium tires for the rest of the race. As we come to turn 9 here, we're riding on board with Chase, who is looking to make that overtake on Evo. Who, that was a bit of a, definitely a bit of a weaving there. Sitting in my seat, I was not a huge fan of that move from Evo, as Chase did catch the inside curb and spun. But Calculus is in, making the move over to those hard tires. We will see where he comes out. Beautiful pit stop. Will he come out ahead of his teammate Chase? Is he able to? Yes, he is. Very unfortunate for Chase. He has dropped 5 positions, but Calculus is on those brand new hards, so it is going to take him a little bit of time to get them up to speed, up to temperature. So now everybody is in except for our hard runners, which is AJ Jackson, Dieg Surf, Sealy Harvey, and Slick Rick. AJ Jackson sets the fastest lap of a 1:20.2. And he did that on 17 lap old hard, so good job, bud. So Dieg Surf pulls the trigger, he is in. Chico is ahead. So Chico right now is the net leader of the race from what I can tell. So once Sealy Harvey and AJ do pit, as Evo is able to stay ahead of Dieg Surf, which I am sure he is not happy about. But again, there is that compound difference. So Dieg Surf does have the medium tire here. And once he is able to get that up to temperature, he is going to have worlds more grip than anyone on the hard tires. So coming around now, AJ Jackson is in the pits. We are going to ride on board here, see if he is able to stay out ahead of Dieg Surf. It appears the car of Sealy Harvey is also in. And AJ Jackson is away. It looks like Chico is going to get ahead here. As AJ is out, he is up to speed. But again, Chico is definitely on those brand new tires. So AJ Jackson has retaken the lead of the race. But will he be able to hold on to it, considering he is on those cold medium tires? It is going to take a little bit of effort to keep Chico behind with those cold tires. Let's see if he's able to do it. 2.37 seconds back. DRS. Well, no DRS. We have a spinner in Sector 3, which appears to be one of the Alpines again. And Chico is too far back to really be able to benefit from this DRS. So all I can say, Chico, is yep. As we have yellow flag, Sector 2, Sector 3, and we do have a safety car. This Chase Ace has crashed. No! Oh, Chase. Say it ain't so. What happened? As I go over to the chat to see exactly what's going on here, and AJ Jackson on those brand new mediums. Here's my play. I would say switch the tires right now. I don't even care. You do not need to finish this race on those hards. You got time to go to the mediums if you really want to make this work. If you have a new set of mediums, go for it. All right, so the safety car is out, which means, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our fake sponsor. Brought to you by Manscaped. Your balls will thank you. Manscaped was kind enough to send me their perfect package 3.0 kit, which includes the products like the Lawnmower 2.0 and their ball deodorant. Honestly, it's been the only thing that has saved me from my itchy balls. Manscaped was kind enough to let me try their other products like the water-resistant trimmer made with skin-safe technology, helping you avoid the absolute suffering that comes with common grooming accidents. It even has its own charging dock for convenience and ease of use with a battery that lasts up to 90 minutes on a single charge, because sometimes it just takes that long to trim your balls. The package also includes the Crop Preserver ball deodorant and Crop Reviver ball toner, which I know sounds absolutely hilarious, but trust me, it works. I bought one myself. And to keep it super convenient, subscribers will get a new replacement blade refill delivered straight to their door every 3 months. Best of all, for a limited time, subscribers will get 2 free gifts, the Shed Travel Bag and Manscaped's Anti-Chafing Boxer Briefs. Click the link in the description below and you can get yourself 20% off your order plus 2 free gifts and international shipping when you use the code BTMC at Manscaped.com. Manscaped is not an actual sponsor of ARL, as you could imagine, but it's kind of funny that there's a product out there that targets men and male hygiene. Because I didn't know it was such a big deal. Like, you know, it's a razor blade for your nether reasons. I do not know. But I think Chico made the right choice here, putting himself on some fresh rubber. And honestly, yeah, he's going to have so much pace over the hard tires. So I think it was the right move. And it looks like a lot of people agreed with me there. And hopefully the safety car does not crap the bucket. And we are able to get racing again in one more lap. So the safety car should be in this lap. As we have Aston Martin leading the Aston Martin. Although I feel last week was a much better race from a broadcasting standpoint, this has been quite an enjoyable race as well. We've gotten to see quite a bit of overtakes, not too much turmoil, but things have been good. Just one dad joke before we get started here. My wife keeps telling me I need to stop pretending to be butter, but I've been on a roll now. That's it. I will not bother you with any more dad jokes for the rest of this broadcast. But I think they're funny. Yeah, this is going to be one heck of a race restart here. We got AJ Jackson on those fast medium tires right behind him. Evo. What happened here? Wasn't Kaler right behind Chico? Something's not right. How was Chico in P3? What is going on? Please no. What is going on? Oh boy. Alright, so I'm gonna have to look at that afterwards. Why are we going around again? This should be the end lap. Alright, so we got one more shot at this. If the safety car does not go in on this lap, I am wondering if we will have to red flag this. Because maybe the safety car is glitched again. Let's hope it's not glitched again, but this is Formula 1. This is a Codemasters game. We have been down this road many, many times. Alright. Or maybe it's waiting for Maverick to catch up. Which, by the way, Maverick, Wrath, you guys are so lucky that there's a safety car. Because you are back in it. Woo! Let's go, Alpine. Let's go! I am actually very happy you guys are back in the race here, because you guys need a little bit of luck to come your way. Maverick, good call on those mediums, my friend. Great call on those medium tires. So let's see what kind of work you can do. As my computer decides to lag, I do not know. Something is weird with my computer. But that's what I get for getting a laptop. I got a gaming laptop. It's nice, small, portable, convenient, but I have a feeling there's not enough heat pipes in it or something. Safety car is in this lap, so we did get the notification from race control that safety car will be in on this lap. As AJ Jackson is now the lead car and is setting the pace as the safety car goes back in. And as a reminder, this game throttles you, so you do need to let the safety car do its thing if you do want to not have a glitch. So you may need to back up just slightly more, let that safety car get in there, and then we'll be off to the races. Maybe I'll take a little bit of a wider view here. Ooh, that looked like there's a little bit of contact there. As we are racing, lap 23, 10 laps remaining of round 5 of the championship. AJ Jackson leading away in first place down to turn 1. As we have Seeley Harvey jumping Slick Rick, Wavy jumping Calculus. This is lagging. Jeez. You know what? Alt-tabbing for a second. Let me close Discord. It's always Discord that does it. Always Discord. And Chico is now up into P2 and is on the hunt for AJ Jackson, 1.3 seconds back. The egg surf is on the tail of Kaler. And down to turn 10, there is no DRS yet. DRS will come online for lap 26. The deltas may be a little broken right now from me alt-tabbing, because Evo is not 6/100ths behind Chico. And Wrath seems to have spun on the lap, and there must have been some wing dance from Tuck and Everlasting, because it's kind of an odd thing to be pitting. As we are on board with Kaler and McLaren right behind Evo. And these two are two of the 4 remaining drivers on the hard tires, and of the leading cars, the only ones on those hards, which I am certain, given the pace of the mediums at Spain, will make it very easy for the Alfa Romeos to overtake Taylor and Evo here. But with 9 laps more or less to go, if they can drive defensively, they may be able to keep their positions, as we definitely know how much of a pain Spain is. And DRS is enabled. Yake Surf gets a 3-second penalty for track limit violations. And Yake Surf makes the move on the inside, clean overtake into turn 2, or into turn 1. Stays ahead into turn 2 as we come around turn 3. Now, Yake Surf sets his sight ahead of him on Evo, who is 5/10 up. And Chico makes the overtake on AJ. What happened? AJ must have gotten a little loose there. But AJ is also ghosted, which makes me think that AJ lost connection to the game. Well, let's hope that he is able to reconnect, because I have to imagine he isn't too thrilled about that. As it looks like he's back, because he's not ghosted anymore. So we'll go on board with Yake Surf, who is now carrying a 3-second time penalty, but again is on those medium tires. We do have a yellow flag sector 3. It looks like it is the Alpine who has spun it. This is a nice camera. I wish we could control the cameras better in this game. And Seeley Harvey makes a look on the inside, but is not brave enough to stick it. Or probably just doesn't have the grip, to be honest. And we're back on board with the Yake Surf, as AJ is able to take the position back from Chico. And Chico tried to make a look on the outside to take the position back. What a decision going on with medium tires. That has helped Chico's race significantly. Yake Surf did take a peek on the inside and has made it past Evo. Seems to miss all the good on-track action. Now Evo will get the benefit of the DRS here. He just needs to stay within about 5/10 of Yake Surf to have a chance. Sadie Jackson sets the fastest lap of the race to 1:19.9. Evo is using DRS, ERS. Going. Oh! That was close. I am not sure what to make of that. That was definitely a late move. I'm not sure if it was in the braking zone yet, but a few questionable moves we've seen today, which isn't unlike Formula One racing. It was unfortunate to see Chase retiring from the race. I'm sure he was frustrated after having spun. And Wrath has DNF'd in sector 1. So I am not able to ride on board to see what happened, but I imagine he either crashed or just got a bit bored in the end. AJ Jackson sets another fastest lap, 0.4 faster than his last best time, or 1:19.5. He is starting to pull a gap as Wavy goes on the outside of Evo. And that is some contact. I mean, I don't know. That was like a Roman Grosjean type move there. I've got to be honest. Well, maybe Diegsurf moving right on to Evo is more of a Roman Grosjean move, but definitely seeing quite a few interesting moves tonight. As AJ Jackson is now 1.5 seconds ahead of Chico. So the yellow flag sector 2, which is the Alpine of Maverick. Oh man. We're halfway through the season. Wish there were more people in the World Championship division, because that way we'd have maybe a bit closer racing for some of the drivers in the back. But we can only balance as best as we can. Right, so it's currently 10 past 10 on the East Coast here, and today is election day, if you didn't know that, in the United States. Apologies. It's election day. It is called the midterms because it's halfway through presidential term, and it is going to be interesting to see what the results of the elections are. So there are several House candidates. Well, actually all the House candidates every 2 years. The House of Representatives has a vote, and every 6 years, depending on what class you are, the senators have to be re-elected. So probably by the end of this race, we will have an idea as to what the structure of Congress will look like. Unless it takes 3 weeks to count ballots, because apparently that's a thing now in the United States where you can't find out the same day, even though that's been status quo for the last, I don't even know, 50 years. But now all of a sudden we have no idea how to count ballots anymore. But who knows? Hang tight real quick. I'm going to try something. It'll probably crash my game, and if it does, I apologize. There's just something interesting about my computer right now. It's not behaving the way I would expect it to. Oh, as Kaler's around. Oh, that corner gets you every time. Now we're entering the last lap, 2 laps of the race. Sorry. And Chico has been able to stay within 1 second of AJ Jackson, being able to close the gap a little bit here. But Chico is definitely going to need to 2 lap fresher tires might actually make the difference here, because we are getting to the end of the life of those mediums. So which means AJ's tires have a chance of falling off before Chico's. It is only 2 laps, but it's got to count for something. So, no ERS though, from what I can tell. Chico, unfortunately, is not going to get the benefit of that. And for all I know, he may have dumped right before this. So, when he gets a little loose. So we are now on the final lap of the race. AJ Jackson is leading us off here. Why can't I change the camera? Yay! This game is hilarious. Here we go. Lap 33 of 33 of the round 5 of the American Racing League at Spain. AJ Jackson leads us away here in first place, 1.9 seconds ahead of Chico in second place, and Diego Surf in third place. As Kaler is able to go side by side with Seeley Harvey and make that overtake on 18-lap-old hards. And if he is able to hold it here, he may hold on to that position. We definitely have a paradigm here. And it does look like, unless something happens, perhaps I should keep my mouth quiet, because I do not want to commentate or curse anyone, as AJ Jackson crosses the finish line to take P1, followed by Chico in P2, Diego Surf in P3, as we come across the line with Wavy for P4, Evo P5, Calculus P6. Coming across the line now in P7 is Kaler, P8, Seeley Harvey, P9, Slick Rick, P10, Tuck Neverlasting. And at the very back of the order, finishing strong for Alpine, is Maverick, who thinks that this is the cool down lap, but it is not. But he finishes P11. And we have some commentary coming through on Discord now. Diego Surf says Spain, a track where you can take the same line twice and get 2 different results. And Chico said, AJ lagged and killed me when I would try to overtake. Yeah. It's, I mean, I didn't see the lag on my side, but I'm sure you saw on your side. AJ says, was I lagging for anyone else? And Kaler says, Evo, great race, boss. I think I was running way more wing than everyone gapped on the straights. I think overall it was a really good race here today. And that is your race results. AJ Jackson takes the checkered flag for P1, which extends his lead by 25 points, putting him now at 102 points for the championship. But Chico right behind in P2 of the race, giving him 18 points, bringing him up the order with Diego Surf P3, Wavy P4, Evo P5, Calculus P6, Kaler P7, Seeley Harvey P8, Slick Rick P9, Tuck Neverlasting P10, Maverick P11. Raf did not finish and Chase did not finish. Thank you guys for joining us today for another round of American Racing League. Next week will be round 6, and we will be at... Where will we be? We will be at Silverstone, Great Britain, November 15th. Tune in. Hang out with me. Let's watch some racing. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us, and until next time, take care.